What's up, Shredheads? Welcome back to the channel. We're out here in Huntington Beach, California, checking out the brand new P-51 facility, and we're gonna be checking out their brand new Ranger electric bike. So let's go inside and meet the crew. What up? Good to see you.
Hi, good to see you.
What up, bro? How you doing?
What's up, guys? I'm Kevin with P-51. Welcome to our new shop. So we moved into this spot, and this is our new showroom. We just had our collaboration with Eric Costin. If you look on this bottom one in the middle, he recreated a picture from Mark Gonzalez back in the day in LA, jumping over a Honda motorcycle.
So what do you guys do here at the facility? Can people pick up bikes? Can they try bikes out?
Absolutely. You can test ride any of the models. Pick up. We do shipping out of here. We do all of our quality control out of here. We do repairs. We deliver everything to dealers, ship everything to dealers. So we have all of our dealers, but then anyone who's local can come to us and we'll take care of it.
It feels like more space than the last one for sure.
It is. So, I mean, our last spot was only 1,200 square feet in the front building, and then we had the other two buildings.
Right.
And then this one's just over about 6,000 square feet.
Wow.
Which, we should have gone 12. This is supposed to be a coffee spot for like customers to be able to come in. We wanted to feel like kind of like a car dealership. So we have our own factory. Because it's our factory, we 3D print there. Dude, I can get this takes almost a day to make a fender.
Oh, wow.
It takes like 48 hours for me to make one in China and have it shipped to here. This is our shipping station, so this is where everything gets scheduled. So we do all our own fulfillment, which is most bike companies you're ever gonna work with use a 3PL. So for us, like not only are you talking to us in customer service, but we'll actually we're diagnosing the stuff here. Everything's actually coming from here. So any parts that we sell, we're housing them here. That's the very first Ranger. So that was like when we were taping it up, it's all raw. And that's like the float seat, like the start of the float seat, which that will be coming out at some point. We just finished the mold yesterday. That was the first frame from our factory. It was our first run of bullets, and we didn't use the right steel, and so it just looked like crap. So we threw all the frames away.
What,
we made
really?
like 250 of them.
Oh my God.
And we were like, we're not gonna send this out. This is not to our quality. And then we got the very first Ace right here. This is actually the first Ace we made in aluminum. We actually designed the Ace like 6 months after we designed the bullet in steel.
What?
And we couldn't get the strength in steel. We couldn't get this part to hold. It would fatigue. So then we made our own aluminum, but we thought we were gonna make a smaller display here. Yeah, so and then this is a different display than the Ace. So the Ace is CNC'd aluminum. It's a little bit more robust. You can adjust your amps and everything like that in there. Whereas this one's plastic. This is glass and aluminum plastic, and it's still great. It's just there's a couple less features, so they're just a little bit different. This one just shows a little bit more information. There's more stuff in there. But yeah, and then this is Joseph.
Hi, Joseph.
He's going through, he's stacking orders right now.
Nice to meet you too.
Ethan, and this is Shreddy.
Hi, Ethan. Nice to meet you. I'm Shreddy. Good to meet you.
So these are the guys that are responsible for getting all the bikes together.
Heck yeah.
Getting the orders out the door.
Thank you.
A lot of times you'll pick colors of powder, but we actually you have to custom make all of our powders. So we use powder coating rather than paint. We actually powder coat in-house because it's really hard to get good quality powder coating. We do it because it just makes it way stronger.
If you look at it, like the texture makes it look like there's like sparkles in the paint, but there really isn't.
Yeah, there's not. There's not actually a sparkle in the paint. That's just all the different reflections. So this is the new Ranger. This is the first hardtail that we've come out as P-51, which is very different for us. Like we came out into the game as a full suspension bike, but there is something about riding a hardtail, and a lot of people still ride even fixies and hardtails or fixed frames and hardtails. So for us, it was like bring the suspension into the front, have the strength of the frame, all the parts that we've kind of developed and designed. And to be honest, it's turned out freaking awesome. And there's a lot of people who even ride Aces and stuff are like, we want one of these, because it's a different ride. Like riding this bike feels different than riding the Ace. You do different stuff. It is our best budget bike now. So we're actually at $28.95 on these, which is a killer deal. We're only kind of developing things that we see that are not being taken care of by other brands. And like, that's kind of why we made this bike.
Awesome. What's the weight of this?
84 pounds.
84 pounds?
So it's funny, it's between 82 to 84 pounds. It really depends on like how many coats of powder coating it on. We're aluminum, but everything's internal structure. So it's the same kind of thing that we came with the Ace. To make the swing arm on the Ace, it took us a long time, a lot of different molds, because we actually extrude our own aluminum. We extrude it all, have it CNC'd, and basically it goes together like a jigsaw puzzle.
Oh, wow.
Like all of our bikes, just because it adds all the strength. We have gussets on the inside, we have different braces. So the back of this is actually the same as the swing arm that we designed for the Ace.
Oh, really?
Which makes it super strong.
Super strong, yeah.
Yeah.
What sizes does this fit up to? I'm 5'11", by the way, and I feel very comfortable sitting on it.
Yeah, so it's funny. The actual size of the standover is basically designed to exactly where the Ace is once you sit on it.
Oh, because
so it drops down about 2 inches. So I think we're a 31-inch standover height on this bike. We do have a shorter pedal throw on it because your seat is a little bit closer to the frame because that's kind of how it squats down. So it's a 160 pedal throw. The Ace and the Bullet are the 170s. You still have the 750 watt motor. That's our motor. It's a super strong motor. I mean, we've done a lot inside those motors to make sure that we can get the most torque out of there while still saying 750 watts. 20 amp hour battery, really strong BMS. All of those and the controller as well came from the Ace and the Bullet. The difference is just the display.
You guys have like the cleanest design.
That's the goal.
love
Cable
that.
management is super important. It still blows me away when you see all these bikes that's just cables everywhere. We're Maguros across our whole lineup. This bike has the MT4s. The MT5s we've had on the Bullet and the Ace, which are the quad pistons. So we still run 203 millimeter rotors front and rear.
We got this new headlight that I haven't seen before.
We got the light bar on here. We still have our direct mount stem, and then the headlight bracket goes directly under it, and then it mounts right here. So you can still fit a riser under there. You can either go under the light or over the light.
And the stem has different mounting options. You can pull it a little bit forward.
Move it. You can go back, forward, and then we do have the 1-inch riser as well that pops on there. You got peg mounts on this bike, so it's the first bike we've actually had with peg mounts.
Oh, nice.
And that again was coming out, just making sure that something was strong enough. We're actually CNCing out a solid piece of aluminum.
And you guys are using the CST Scout?
We're using the CST Scout, and that's it's a solid tire.
Yeah.
I mean, we use the puncture resistant version of it as well. Still got a rust resistant chain. Custom made chain tensioner. You're not gonna find any chain tensioner for a company like this. I mean, this chain tensioner costs us a lot to make. So you have this washer that protects your wheel from falling off. So this is a protection, and then this is what pulls it back, and then this is actually something to brace more accessories and stuff. That allows us to have something strong enough to not have a chain tensioner on it. So you don't have something hanging right here. You don't have to worry about your chain coming loose or you're hitting stuff. Also with the rims, we did the no rim tape. And there's a bunch of mounting points for a bunch of accessories coming out. I mean, we're gonna have full baskets that are gonna come out in the middle. We have the rear rack that just launched for the Ace. Launches on this. Because basically this top tube and this whole part is the Ace. If you wanted to upgrade to the Ace front forks, you can absolutely do that. You can upgrade to the Ace display that does have adjustable amps. All it is, it's all plug and play.
And we got the rear taillight, we never said.
Yeah, so we still have the rear taillight. So it's the same as you have on the Ace on there.
I like how it's designed like into it, like that's so dope.
Yeah, so that just pops out, and that's how you get the controller out too. So you take those out, pop them out. These are actually trailer lights.
So these are 100% legal electric bicycles. You don't need any kind of special tags for it or permits or anything.
And that's the whole thing. Since we've started, I mean, as anybody who's followed our story knows, we started in Sur Rons before anybody was. Like when we were customizing them, and then it was an idea of like, people started getting in trouble.
Right.
And we're like, dude, I don't want to get in trouble for this. Like, this is like an outlet to go have fun. We have dirt bikes. We had all that. So it was like to take all of the components that we were making that were really good for that and build it into a class 2 platform was our whole goal. And then as you saw, like Sur Rons blew up after that. They got more and more popular. And then everyone's like, oh, you guys are idiots for not going into high-speed bikes. Like, you guys are so dumb. Like, nobody wants class 2. And you're like, okay, well, we do. So there's obviously a market of people who want it, because if I would buy it, other people are going to want to buy it.
Get it.
And so now you start to see everyone's getting all those bikes taken and they're declining.
Impounded.
And it's like, everyone's like, oh, that's smart. You guys kept them class 2. It's like, we've been doing that the whole time.
Now they change their tone on it, right? Let's go out on the street to test out the Ranger to see how these bikes perform. Woohoo, here we go. We're going to be on the gray Ranger for today's ride. Look who's back.
Yo!
Freaking show, let's go. Are you going to be on the Ace today?
The Ace, yeah.
Hell yeah.
With the twist?
So you can get these with the twist throttle.
Yep.
Get out of here. AJ's here. What? What's up, brother? Oh, I'll grab that. I almost squished it. Good to see you, homie. All right, let's rip on these things, dude. Oh, it's actually pretty freaking easy to wheelie once you get that front wheel up. So there possibly is a way to unlock this bike also. I'm gonna try to figure out a way to do that, and I'll make a video for you guys in the near future. Surprisingly super comfortable with it being a hardtail. So the bike Kevin's on is actually unlocked, so you can hit about like 32 to 33-ish miles an hour. Definitely feels lighter. Like, I don't know, even though it's the same weight as the Ace, it feels like it might be a little bit lighter. Did a little bit of research and found out that there might be a little wire you can cut on this to unlock the speed fully, to hit about like 32 miles an hour. If you do want a little more squish like on a hardtail like this, you can always let a little bit of air pressure out the rear. Again, I'm about 5'11". Let's see what it feels like actually pedaling the bike. Oh yeah, your knees definitely go a lot higher. Let's see a little hill climb right here. Straight up hill climb, full throttle right here, 9 miles an hour. All right, steep right here. Damn, this is definitely really steep here. Wait up for me, guys. Their bikes are unlocked. So one thing about having a hardtail like this, I feel like the person that's gonna buy this bike is gonna ride it 90% street. It is crazy since this doesn't have the rear suspension. When you first hit the throttle, you can feel the torque more than with like the Ace that has a rear shock that'll go down a little bit once you hit that throttle. This is where the owner of Altus hit this curb and he fell. All right, when you're riding off-road with a hardtail, you gotta be aware. of when to lift the biscuits. I always love coming back here. I don't know if you guys remember, we rode here for the P-51 Bullet and the Ace. What? This is steep. There we go.
I'm not gonna do that one.
Dude, I keep on like thinking ticks every time I hit like a bush, but it's nothing like Delaware. I guess this is like Huntington Beach. Ouch. If you know where this is, comment down below. All with the hardtail too. This is insane. What the hell? You got this. Yay! Whoa. All right, lift the biscuits. How the hell do they have such awesome trails around here? Whoa. What the hell? So we went to Kevin's house for the 4th of July, and we've never had like a California 4th of July. Literally, hands down, the best 4th of July we've ever had in our entire lives, dude. Oh, shit, what the? Oh my God, in Delaware, this would never be happening. Hell no. I'd already be looking for ticks. Definitely feels smaller than the Ace, but really, is it?
Not really.
Like much, yeah.
I mean, if you want to try this one, you can.
Yeah. Yeah, having suspension is definitely like a night and day thing.
This is turned up to 40 amps.
I can already tell the difference. Dude, yeah, I feel like the suspension, the old heads are gonna love this. This is super steep. Get out of here. Get out of here. So you can get fenders on these. We don't have fenders right now.
It's water in the dead flower.
Dude, what the hell? I know a lot of you people are gonna buy this bike and get the HandleWorks controller, so if you're interested in bumping up the speed to about 35, definitely check out that link down below for HandleWorks. You can use code SHREDDY. If you wanna do mostly off-road, get the Bullet or the Ace. I would say definitely get the Ace. I love the look and design of the Ace. So yeah, with all the crackdowns happening and everybody getting their Sur Rons and E-rods and Telarias taken by the cops, I feel like this is the way a lot of people are gonna go. And then if they get tired of only going 20 miles an hour, you're gonna have to upgrade. Or actually, if you get tired of going 20 miles an hour, you can cut a green wire, unlock the bike. If you want more power and a little more speed, go with the HandleWorks controller upgrade. And if you want a lot more speed, you can upgrade the battery. I've seen these bikes go 50 plus miles an hour. Dude, I would like to see what this feels with the Ace display, pushing up the amps to 40. What a totally different ride from the Ace and the Bullet to this. First ride on the Ranger is done. Definitely had a blast on this, and like I said, definitely 90% street bike. Love the full twist throttle. I just feel like, me personally,
I love it.
every e-bike should have a twist throttle. So that's gonna be the P-51 Ranger. If you guys are interested, I'll throw a link down below. You could use code SHREDDY. Big shout out to P-51 for having us out here, showing us a whole new warehouse. And again, let me know your thoughts down below on the new P-51 Ranger. As always, if you enjoyed that content, please consider subscribing, hitting that like button, and ringing that notification to be notified when I'm making videos. And are you guys ready for the moment of silence for that subscribe button? In 3, 2, 1, hit subscribe, heads down. All right, I'll see you in the next P-51 ride.
AJ.
Oh my shit.